You might see this and wonder, what could possibly started this fandom?
Developed by indie South Korean game studio Project Moon, Limbus Company is the third installment of a trio of games, the first two being Lobotomy Corporation and Library of Ruina. You might have heard of it from Roblox, considering that a lot of the fandom is on Roblox itself, but for the most part, I doubt you've heard of it before. Limbus Company's characters are almost all named after books and classic literature. Take Don Quixote, The Divine Comedy, and Crime and Punishment. There's characters all named after that. So Limbus Company is a RPG gacha game, so there's a lot of technical elements to keep in mind here, i.e. skill chaining, status effects, and also the RNG mechanic, all of which are very annoying and also very useful to learn. So every character has 4 moves, 3 skills, which can do damage, inflict status effects, etc., and 1 defense, evade, or counter skill. Although counter skills only apply to like 5 units in the game, but for the most part, it's either a fade or defense skills that happen to exist. So each skill is colored by its effective sin, or, color, I guess, because last time I checked, gloom isn't one of the 7 deadly sins. But basically, when it's colored like that, when you chain, which is where you like grab that little gear and push it through each little move, if you chain it with more than 2 of the same affinity or color, it causes it to resonate, which gives you 1 ego resource or ego sin of that specific color. Now, I talked about RNG a little second ago, but that applies to skills. See, each skill has a set number of quote-unquote coins, but let's be real here, last time I checked, a coin doesn't have up to 32 sides. Basically, these coins can roll a set number value between, like, let's say 0 to 32 for N-Corpse and Claire, or let's say 4 to 11. So what determines the high of these coin values is based on your sinner's sanity, which, mind you, starts at 0 at the beginning of a round. Your sinner gains or loses sanity depending on specific things that happen inside the round. Let's say your sinner wins a clash, which is when 2, like your sinner, and an enemy has the same speed stat. They'll have to clash to see whose skill goes first. Now, if your sinner wins that clash, they'll gain sanity. If they lose it, they lose sanity. That's just how it goes. And then, if your sinner sees one of their fellow compadres die, then they'll lose sanity. This causes more likely for tails to be rolled, which has low number value. So that's pretty much it for the combat section. I want to talk a bit about the story. So if you've read any of the books that are referenced in this game, then you'll probably understand what the Kanto's, aka sinner-specific storylines go over. Like, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bront is covered from Kanto 6, which is Heathcliff's story, and it pretty much follows the book, except for the sci-fi elements. So if you read the books, then you'll know a lot of the story that's going to happen. But let's be real here. You're not playing a gacha game to be interested in the story for the most part. You're playing to gamble. Gambling. So let's talk about that. I touched on it, I think, a little earlier, but let's get more in depth to it. See, so like every week or so, they do the maintenance updates, which gives you 300 Lunashi, which is enough for like 1 roll. And basically, the way you get these special IDs and egos, which were shown off earlier, is via the extraction system or the gacha system itself. So you can do 10 rolls, and the odds are like really good. And you don't even need to gamble to get this stuff. If you just play the game, eventually you'll get half this stuff for free, because they got practically a Fortnite battle pass that you can just get shards, which are used to like get IDs for free and stuff. You can just get around a couple 100 shards for free in just 1 day of grinding, and boom, you have some of the best meta units in the game, and you haven't even passed the first Kanto. But let's say, for some unknown reason, you're not playing the game for the RPG mechanics, you're not playing for the story, and you're certainly not playing for the gacha system. Well then, the musical score by Project Millie is honestly one of my favorite scores in the entirety of gaming.
내가 모는 배가 좀 흔들릴 테니